What is up, guys? Happy Monday. Today, we're going to continue with the basics, but we're going to continue marking up pairs from higher time frame down to lower time frame, right? We like to call that top-down analysis. That way we can go ahead and get the best possible bias for our markups, right? Because if we just stick to the 1 hour or lower time frames, if we just stick to one time frame, guys, there's a higher probability that you're going to have some rough patches. I'm gonna have a couple L's in a row, because you'll be fighting the trend, and it's hard to identify, the trend when you're on lower time frames. The 1 hour looks like, depending on who opens this chart, you know, someone could look at this and be like, "Yo, this is uptrending." Someone can go to the 5 minute and be like, "Yo, no, we're downtrending." Right. So, what's the real trend? Right. What's the real trend for me? I'm always going to the monthly, all the way down to the 1 hour. I've noticed anytime I drop down anything below the 1 hour, I get super close to price. Like if live price is right here, right? This is live price. And I go, obviously, I'm already at the 5 minute, but let's go to the 1 hour, right? Just zooming out. I know that I have higher probabilities up here, right? To continue sales. But if I go to the 5 minute, right? Let's say you look at something like this, right? That is a starting point on the lower time frame, but that can be easy consolidation, right? We can just hang out. Market could give us an entry, sell off, but we can still hold the zone, right? I do see something right here that would be a bit better because it's a lot higher than this consolidation. But at the end of the day, we are very, very close to live price. And when we're that close to live price, um, usually, you will get some pairs that are a bit toxic. They're gonna hit your stop loss, then go your way. So how can you prevent those small things, right? I don't like right now. Maybe this is you, right? At this point, I could see my setups, but I'm getting stop lost, and then the market's going my way, right? How many times has that happened to you guys? Give me a five if that's happened to you. Do you find a setup, the market hits your stop loss, and then goes your way, and you're just like, well, um, why? Right? It's because we're too close to the market and we have to jump up to a higher time frame, and it's a possibility that we've missed something, right? So let's go ahead and go to AJ. Giselle was the first one to bring up a pair. So we'll go to AJ. And right now we're on the 5. So let's go ahead. Let's go somewhere else, actually. Or actually, I don't even mark these up. So let's just delete those and jump up to the 1 month, right? The monthly time frame. Now let's drop down to 1 hour real quick just to see what the market is giving us right now. So just by zooming out, right? Just by zooming out, can you guys see any opportunities, any possible opportunities in the market with what we got going on? Buys, right? Where do you guys see the buys? Go ahead and annotate on my chart. Where do you guys see these buys? Yes, right? I'm able to see my break of structure. Thank you. My break of structure and my change of direction. After we get the change of direction, guys, what does the market do? There's something specific that I really like after we get this change of direction. And it's important that you guys are able to see it before I tell you guys, right? So I'm asking you. Consolidation, yes, right? As the market gives us this break of structure to the downside, and we get this change of direction, notice how the market starts to hold this zone, and we are now moving sideways. This is a good thing, right? Because when the market does decide to go higher, I would like the market to drop, right? Sweep liquidity. I'm hoping to get an entry, and we can go ahead and use this liquidity here as a target point. Targets to go higher, right? If the market drops, if the market builds liquidity and we end up dropping and we get an opportunity, guys, this right here, if we can get into this opportunity or even into this one here, this is a target point. The market is always going to find liquidity and take that out, especially if we're in an uptrend. If the market is uptrending, this is exactly what we want to see. This is textbook. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. So as of right now, This is what I'm looking at for possible buys just on this pair on the 1 hour time frame on AJ. But this is the thing, right? And I did this very specifically. I wanted to jump to the 1 hour to see if we could find opportunities because I know that's what you guys like to do. Right now, I want to jump up to the monthly time frame and do a top-down analysis. That way we can see if these buys are actually correct and going to go in our favor. Does that make sense? Give me a 2 if that makes sense. That way we can prepare ourselves. We need to be a step ahead. And if we're just on one chart, we're not really a step ahead, right? If anything, we're 2 steps back. Okay. So what I want to do is jump up to the monthly, right? And on the monthly time frame, obviously this is a whole lot of consolidation. This is going since 1990. We've been stuck in this area, but this isn't really what I want to look at right now, right? It's not really what I want to look at. I want to look at this. I want to look at the last few years of the push. Okay. What can I see? I see possible sales in this area if the market does want to come back. Again, guys, every time frame is the same, right? We look at it the same way. Break a structure, change of direction. Guys, after we get this change of direction, what does the market do? Yes, it's on the monthly time frame. Yes, this is damn near 30 years, right? But what does the market do after we change direction? Does anybody see it? Anybody see it? Give me a 1 if you think you can see it, and give me a question mark if you can't. Consolidation. Let's go, Joseph. Let's go, Giselle. Right? The market is consolidating. After we change direction, the market is holding these zones, right? Consolidation. Now, if the market is in an uptrend in this specific area, why is it in an uptrend? Well, I would be thinking it wants to go ahead and try to find the next possible sales. Okay. So with that being said, if we can get these sales, where would I like to take profit? Again, this is the monthly time frame. So this is a swing opportunity, massive swing opportunity, right? Where would I like to take my profit, guys? Where would you think? Again, we're thinking swing, right? We're thinking long term. Where would I like to take my opportunities? Give me a 1 if you think you know, and give me a question mark if you don't. Etney, I'm sure you know, bro. Right? But let me tell you something, guys. After we get a change of direction and the market holds, if we're able to get these sell opportunities here, I like to hold my position to the consolidation till this point. Yes, I want to manage my trade from a 1-to-1 to a 1-to-3, right? Break evens, partials, and all that good stuff. But notice this is a 1-to-3 here. Technically, you should be out of the trade if you are beginning, right? The way I teach it, 1-to-2, 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 1-to-3 is you're out. But once you start to develop and you want to start holding trades longer because you're now looking at higher time frames and you're now looking at the bigger picture, you're now being a part of the bigger game that's being played. I would like to hold these trades down to the swing point, which is a 1-to-5, right? So I like to say anytime we get this change of direction to the downside, when the market makes that U-turn to come back for us, we want to take out these lows. We want to take out this area here. Does that make sense, guys? When the market makes that U-turn to come back for us, we want to continue going down. If the market made that U-turn, well, then you know what we want to do? If the market can come pick us up, we want to go ahead and continue lower, especially if the market is in a downtrend, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Does this make sense? Give me a 2 if this is making sense, guys. Etney, does this make sense for you?
Yeah, it makes sense. Sorry, I was just a little confused on your question.
Got you. We're all good, guys. So as we go back up here, and we look at this monthly possibility, if I'm looking to take these opportunities to sell, the heck? If I want to take these opportunities, my 1 to 3 is here, right? But where would my swing point be? Where can I pull this down to if I'm looking to swing all the way? Go ahead and annotate on my chart if you can see it. Yes, I would like to see if we can go ahead and hold and take these lows, especially the last lower low. I mean, this really wouldn't be I mean, yes, all right, in the example, yes, because if we jump up, a lot of this would just be a massive lower low. Let me go ahead and draw that out. Lower low, lower high, lower low. All of this would just be within the consolidation. But if we can get up here, this would make a new lower low. Does that make sense, Veronica? In the example that I was drawing. Awesome, awesome. So yeah, I would like to see if we can go ahead and take profit there. But obviously, the market has to come to my opportunity. Okay. Now, knowing that, right? Knowing that I have a possible buy here. I'm sorry, a possible sell here. Let's go down to what structure is happening here, right? We can obviously, the market was heading up. The market was definitely making its way higher. Do you guys agree? Yes or no? Do you guys agree the market was making its way higher? Yes. Okay. So what do we have to do, guys? As the market is going higher, what should we be doing? And I'm asking you guys this because I want you guys to think. I don't want to just tell you guys. I want you guys to think because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know. You guys are just scared to say something. Yes, Etney. We need to mark up our break of structures. And we could start here, right? We do have this little break BOS to the downside, a little baby BOS, and then we have a little baby change of direction. But that little baby change of direction gives us a nasty move to the upside. Okay. Same thing happens here. Break a structure. Break a structure. So now at this point, my change of direction line should be right here. Need change of direction for sell opportunity. My break is structured. I continue to adjust. Now, this is where market starts to become a little fishy on the monthly time frame. Check me out, guys, because I know a lot of people are going to look at this as my change of direction. And if you want to play this aggressively, you can, and it could possibly give you an opportunity. But for me, this is going to be my change of direction on the monthly time frame. Why is that? Okay. Anytime I see structure that looks like this, higher high, higher low, and then we start to squeeze inside of that like this, I'm never going to use the structure in the middle. Never. I'm never going to use the structure in the middle. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. I'm always going to use my dominant high and my dominant low. This is how you clear confusion, everybody. If you keep on getting clapped with something like this and you're just confused, you overthink when you're using that as your change of direction, guys, you can eliminate the confusion. You can eliminate the overthinking by using the dominant low. Okay, now look what we have here. Higher high, higher low, and then everything just starts to get ugly. Everything starts to get ugly, right? Yes, we have a break of structure here. Yes, the starting point failed to hold, and we're literally just hanging out inside of this range here, right? But notice, do we break and close below this low? No. So on the monthly time frame, we can still possibly look to continue buys. Wouldn't you use that bottom buy for your TP since it's a buy opportunity? What, this one here? Oh, this one here. Like this?
No, the one that you marked up at the bottom.
here.
Like below? No, like zoom out. Yeah, this the one where you marked up your breaker structure and change your character.
Right here.
Yeah.
You said what again? So wouldn't you use the bottom bar? Okay, so that's the thing, right? That's a great question. Is this to avoid being caught in liquidity? Yes. Yes. This is exactly how you avoid that. Yes. Now, why is it? I am waiting for that, Giselle, right? That's a great question, by the way. Right? Great question, especially on a higher time frame. Lower time frames, let me just get through this. I got you guys. Right? Once we have this change of direction, guys, yes, this is the main buy we want to come back to. We are waiting right here. We are standing on business, the whole squad. Giselle, Etney, myself, Nova, the boy Jose, Joseph, Fernanda, Nova, Veronica. We're all waiting and standing on business right here. We don't know when the market's going to come back. All we know is this is the next best inverted buy based off of market structure, and we are going to wait right here. But the thing is, guys, sometimes the market just keeps going. And what does the market do? Higher high, higher low, break a structure. When we get a break of structure, what does that tell us? What does this tell us, guys? Continuation of the trend. Yes, the market wants to continue trend. This is the next best buy opportunity to continue the trend. So we may have a starting point here. Market comes back, gives us the opportunity. What just happened? We broke structure again. What does that break of structure tell us? When we see this break of structure here, what does that tell us, guys? The market wants to go higher. Anytime you see a break of structure, you think trend continuation. The market wants to continue the trend, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. Anytime you see a break of structure, the market wants to continue the trend. They're going to save these buys for later. They're going to save these buys for later, guys. And before you know it, market's just going to continue doing its thing. It's going to give you nice opportunities. Oh, let's move this over. Higher high, higher low, higher high, break a structure. Boom, market's just doing its thing. Oh my goodness, we the best. We the best. DJ Khaled, higher high, higher low, break a structure. They're going to save these zones for later. And then before you know it, right? Before you know it, you should already have your change of direction line. Give me a 10 if you guys are staying with me right now. Because we know these are the next best buys, especially if the market is trending. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? We know that these are the next best buys based off of structure, okay? Now, sometimes the market will continue and save those zones for later. There's nothing we can do about that. All we can do is trade what we see. And if the market is giving us a break of structure to the upside, that is telling us the market wants to continue higher. Okay. Now, if we get this opportunity and we continue to shift, let's continue to ride those trends. Okay. Now, this is the thing. This is where people get confused with a counter trend and a reversal, especially if we are in an uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. If this is my break of structure to the upside, right, regarding inverteds, this will be my change of direction line, especially if this is the daily / weekly time frame. or even the monthly time frame, right? On the 1 hour, 4 hour, a lot of this structure does not look like this on the monthly time frame. It looks like one candle, right? So on the 1 hour, 4 hour, you think that's a massive reversal. And it could be, depending on how far it is in that time frame. But if we know, again, this is what top-down analysis does for you. If we know this is the next best buy, we aren't looking to take massive sells until this gets broken and closed below, right? This here is my counter trend. So if we do end up taking a loss, the market sometimes gives us an opportunity, sometimes it doesn't. But if we can get this change of direction, this can be a counter trend sell. When we're getting a consolidation of trend, do you still recommend we stick to a 1 to 3 or a ride along? If so, how do you know where to put your take profits? If you're beginning, I 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3s, right? But as we start to advance, these can be take profits. Every low that you see. Every low that you see. Because if the market does give us an opportunity, let's just say we're looking for sales now because the market gave us, this 4 hour, 1 hour change of direction. If we're able to get into an opportunity, TP1 was hit, TP2 was hit, TP3, so on and so forth. Does that make sense, Veronica? Got it. So now this is the thing, guys, right? A lot of us think this is the big reversal. And I'm not saying it can't give you a sell and it's not going to sell. But now this is the counter trend because we know the next best buy opportunities, especially on the higher time frames, are right here. Everybody is waiting. Now, when this happens, what are they building up? What are they building up right here? Liquidity. And sometimes you don't even see it. You participate in it because it's giving you clean entries, but sometimes you don't even see it till the market's down here. And you're like, well, I don't understand. Right? But if we can get this opportunity, cool. I usually don't take a lot of counter trend sales, to be honest. I usually don't take these. And I just wait. I wait patiently. I wait patiently, guys. I wait. I'm gonna go ahead and clear some things up. Okay. Now, if the market changed direction and we're waiting for buys, and we're waiting for buys here, what should we be doing as the market is creating structure and dropping to the downside? BOSs. Yes. And again, I don't look to counter trend these sales. I honestly don't. I honestly don't. Because we have a break of structure, yeah, we should have some type of starting point, right? But personally, I don't. If you like to participate in counter trends, do your thing. As long as the market is giving you everything you need to see, do your thing. But my ass is waiting right here, bro. Like if you look at my trades, especially like Jose's been watching me backtest, like I literally just wait for the next best buys and just continue riding, right? Now, as the market is dropping, this is my break of structure line. I need the break of structure for buy opportunities. As the market continues to drop, we should have some type of counter trend sales, BOS, right? My change of character moves, my starting point moves with me, and we rinse and repeat. We rinse and repeat, right? Let's go ahead. We'll update. We'll update. Now, these are the closest sellers, right? These are the closest sellers. We want these. If we're looking for buys, right? If we're looking for buys here, we want these sellers to get absolutely demolished, right? If the market can hold this zone and come pick us up first, that would be great. Let's go. We're all hopping in. We're all jumping in, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Where's the emojis at, bro? Where my emojis at? Where the airplane? Where the rocket shit? I got a scooter. Oh, I got a wheelchair. Oh man, someone point out the rocket ship, bro. All right here, baby. Let's go. Right, we just hop in on buys right now. All of us. We just hopped in. So now look at this. Break a structure to the downside, change of direction. I would like us to go ahead, catch these buys, and clear out everybody who is selling. Once we get that, guys, do we have the change of direction? Look at us, just doing our thing, flying, baby, flying high. Do we have the change of direction, guys? Yes. Let's go ahead and we will label that. Now, again, guys, what if this whole thing happens again? What if this whole thing happens again? What are we going to do? We know that this one was the next possible buy. Markets jumped. What if this whole thing happens again? Are you going to be prepared? Are you going to understand where your next best buy is? This is what we want. We want inverteds and regular head and shoulders all day. And I'm not gonna say we don't want starting points because I want to catch these trades too, especially like on the monthly, weekly. Like, bro, if the market is trending, my boy, on the higher time frames, the market is trending. Anything like this on the 1 to 5 to 15 minute, I am not, I repeat, lower time frames. I am not participating in these. Why? Because I am way too close to live price. I am sitting my ass right here. Come to me. Come to me. How do I rotate this? Come to me. Everybody's right here waiting. Come to me, market. On lower time frames, I'm just waiting. I am not participating in any of these. On higher time frames, yes, because on higher time frames, the market is moving. Lower time frames, market can easily just, all right, we're going to go pick you up now and then take off. Does that make sense? So understanding this right here is key. Understanding this setup is key. And after we get, wouldn't that mean it takes longer to go down to that zone? Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, Etney. Right? On the daily time frame, higher time frame, it takes a lot longer to come down here. That means I will be participating in these because on the daily, monthly, 4-hour daily, monthly, the market can continue going higher for the next 2 to 3 weeks and then slowly make its way down for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Does that make sense? Higher time frames, the market is trending. It's going to trend for a couple of days, maybe even a week or two, right? But if we see something like this on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, like I know a lot of you guys scalp on, I'm not really interested in these, to be honest. I'm just going to wait right here, sit patiently, and just wait for the market to come down to me. Okay? Give me a 10 if this makes sense, guys. And that gem that I'm talking about right here, people that aren't on this call, trading lower time frames, they're going to trade this and they're going to get clapped. Why? Because they're participating in liquidity. Lower time frame, this right here usually gets clapped and will come right back down to me. Send the market higher. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Delete this, delete this. Let's go back up. This zone is still being held. We do have a starting point here, but this zone is being held. So let's drop down to the weekly, right? Remember, time frame by time frame, okay? Now, this is something that I'm seeing on this left-hand side. Anytime we're in an uptrend and the market begins to fall, guys, we need to mark up our break of structures and our change of direction lines. At that point, it's right here. Break of structure. Now, at that point, my change of direction is here. Awesome. So guys, is this my next best buy opportunity on the higher time frame? Is this my next best buy opportunity, guys? Based off of this right here. It is, right? So now look at this. So now look at this. Look what I'm going to show you guys. Let's continue. Market's holding. Market's holding, creating liquidity. I can already see it here. Trend line. Right? Now let's see if it gives us a break of structure. It does. Wow. Wow. It barely misses your starting point, but it does respect structure. Now, does it go higher? Right? Let's see if it goes higher. Wow, back into your starting point. Let's see if it goes higher. This is my break of structure line. Need BOS. Let's see if it holds. Liquidity is being built right here. I could already see it. Do we break structure, guys? Very, very slight, but do we break structure? Yes, we do. We do break structure. BOS to the upside. Okay, where's my starting point now? My breakout rally, my next best buy opportunity is right here. Let's see if the market holds and goes higher. Now, again, we're on the weekly time frame. This whole thing is liquidity. But when the market is trending on higher time frame, usually the market will continue trending and save these for later. Let's see. Market taps in. Let's see if we go higher. This will be my BOS. Doesn't go higher yet. Now we go higher. Awesome. This is my brand new starting point. My brand new BOS would be right here. Let's see if the market continues going higher. Now, look, guys, we're still waiting right here. We're still waiting for buys right here, all of us. All of us. We're still waiting for buys. Me, Jose, Miguel, Gio, Neri, Junior. We're all waiting for buys down here. But look, the market is still continuing to trend a little bit. So let's take a look. Market taps in. Does it go higher? Yes, it goes higher. Wow. Guys, are you guys seeing this right now? I'm not saying you can't participate, but you have to know where the next best opportunities are. Okay. My next starting point is right here. Let's see if the market respects or goes higher or disrespects. Look at that. Let's see if it goes higher. Do we get the break of structure? My next BOS would be here. Yes, we do. Wow. Is this making sense? Give me an 8 if this is making sense, guys. Awesome. My next starting point is right here. Next starting point is right here. We can still be looking for buys. But look, I know that this is my closest buy opportunity. If this gets violated, I'm now looking for here. Let's see if we can get the market to pull back and get into our zone. This is my BOS. I need a fresh BOS. Okay, the market. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at what it's crazy, right? It's literally insane. And I think it misses us too, by the way. But you could have participated in these buys. And then as soon as the market does that, I mean, we're already expecting, guys. We're already expecting. Let's see what the market does. I was wondering why you would not sell that though. Well, if I was looking to sell, I would only sell if the market hit my sell zone. Well, market never hit my sell zone. You know what I'm saying? So I would have sold that if the market hit my specific sell zone. Does that make sense? Because what are we building here? Liquidity. Technically, all it did was bounce off resistance. All it did was bounce off resistance, right? So I was expecting to sell, but it came up just short, and that's okay. It happens sometimes, right? Look at this is my resistance line. Technically, all it did was bounce right off of it and came right down to pick us up. But let's just take a look at what live price did. Held it down, right? Held it down. We arranged, came right back in. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie, right? Depending on spread, this is too close for comfort. That shit probably hit you out and then went your way, right? Right. I can see somebody. I know a lot of people put their stop losses very, very tight. Even if this is the monthly time frame, a weekly time frame, in 1 minute, I'm always giving it something like this. Nothing like this. That's wild, right? That's wild. Just give a little space, a little bit of pips, and that accounts for spread. Just a little bit of like this accounts for spread, right? So I'm never putting my stop loss at very, very tight like that because of spread, right? If spread was massive, you're already knocked out as soon as it touches the line. It doesn't even have to cross to hit your stop loss. You will already be out based off of spread. Okay, so back test that. You'll see. But now look, if this is my next best buy opportunity, guys, let's play this back real quick. Let's play this back real quick. And we'll delete this and we'll go back to that later. Right? If this is my buy zone, guys, what do I want to do as the market is dropping down? What should I be doing? What should I keep my eyes on? Yes, adjust my breaker structures. As of right now, I'm gonna use this as a BOS just for the visual purpose, right? Let's continue. We got a BOS right here. Break a structure. Now let's see if the market can continue. Pull back. Let's see if the market continues down. Yes. Now I'm missing one line, guys. What line am I missing? Where does it go? Don't just tell me. Where does it go? Put it on my chart. Let's see. Who knows? I don't know. Who else? I don't know. Who else? I don't know. Who else? Are you guys sure? Are you guys sure? Okay. Awesome. Go ahead and give some tries, guys. I mean, everybody's giving tries. Go ahead and be wrong. It's okay. This is how we get it right the next time. Awesome. I love it. Who else wants to give it a try? Where does my change of direction line go, guys? JQ, if you could. Oh, perfect. Appreciate you. Etney, you're just putting lines everywhere at this point, girl. You put one right here, and right here. I appreciate you for participating. I love it. I love it. You're just like, shut up, my boy. All right, cool. Now let's back test this again. That way you guys understand. No, you're good, Veronica. You're good. I'm just messing. Let's back test this again so you guys understand. Okay. Let's go ahead. I need to see a break of structure to the downside. Boom. At this point, this is my break of structure. Now, this is going to be my change of direction line at this point. We have consolidation. We have the break of structure. Now, if the market wants to change direction and start buying now, I need to see this. Have a candle broken and closed above so we can start looking for buys. Give me a 2 if this makes sense, guys. Awesome. Now, as the market continues to drop and make structure, we need to continue to adjust. And this is how we do that. Market gives me a lower low. Market pulls back. I need another break of structure to the downside. Market's ranging. Market's consolidating. Let's see if we can get that break of structure to the downside. Awesome. We get this break of structure, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. When we get the break of structure, we need to adjust and move my change of direction line to the closest lower high. If this is my lower low, this is my lower high, and this lower high gave me a new low and the break of structure, I need to move this high to my current lower high. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. And we rinse and repeat. We rinse and repeat. Nothing changes. We have a pullback, my lower low here, my lower high here. Do we have a break of structure? Yes, we do. This is because it's on the weekly time frame. Yes, but however, this is how you should do it on every time frame. If you're scalping, that you definitely want to do this. That way you can be accurate with the market. Yes, chef. Hey, we cooking with hot grease, baby. Don't stand too close. But again, if this is my lower high, I'm sorry, my lower low, my lower high, and this lower high made new lows, where does my change of direction line go now? Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Who else? Who else? Let's all get it right. Let's all get it right. Go ahead and draw the line. Where does my change of direction line go, guys? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Etney. That's crazy, Etney. That's wild. Let me get you some paint and a paintbrush, okay? This is it right here. Okay, let's continue. Market gives me a lower low, lower high. Let's see if the market continues and gives me a break of structure. Boom. My BOS happened here. My change of direction happened here. If you got hit out, it is what it is. If you can find an opportunity to get back in, awesome. But let's say you didn't get an opportunity to get back in. Let's say you couldn't find an opportunity, and that's okay, right? What do I need to wait for in order to look for more buy opportunities, guys? And again, this is on the weekly time frame. We're just saying if we're stuck on the weekly. I'm sure if you drop down to the 4 hour, 1 hour, maybe even the 5 minute, we could possibly find something. But yes, Luis, we need to see this change of direction. And I would love to see if we can hang out and stay above that for a while. Because when the market wants to go ahead and come back, what are we looking to do, guys? Are we looking to continue sales because the market is selling? Or are we looking to continue buys based off of the structure that played out? What are we looking to do? Take sales because the market is dropping, or take buys based off of the structure? We're looking to continue the buys so we can shift that market up and continue with that trend. Give me an 8 if that makes sense, guys. Awesome. Let's go down to the weekly. Let's go ahead and just play this out. Let's drop down to the daily real quick. And if you guys are confused at any point, you guys can always give me a question mark or unmute. I don't get mad. Just make sure, I just want you to unmute and talk with me. That's all I ask. But let's go ahead and continue. Let's see how we could have caught this. That's pretty ugly. I'm not going to lie. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Even that starting point looks not bad, but this doesn't look the cleanest, right? It doesn't. Is that where live price is right now? So market already bounced off that area, right? So we have liquidity sitting at this level already. We have equal highs now at this point. And that's live price right here. Okay. So now how can we dissect this? Right? How can we dissect this? We already know on this daily time frame, this starting point was already selected. It came in twice, actually. Once here, once here. Okay. So I'm not really looking to use this area again. Where's my fresh starting point? Right? We have a break of structure to the upside here. This starting point was taken. We have a break of structure to the upside here. My breakout rally. Let's find my starting point. Was that starting point taken, fam? Yes or no? Yes. So I'm honestly not really looking to get involved with that at all, really. Let's drop down to a lower time frame. 4 hour. Right? Now, this is what I'm seeing. 4 hours shows me a little bit different. This whole thing is my daily starting point. But now if we go ahead and zoom in, we can narrow it down a little bit. We have, oops, wrong one, a massive breakout rally here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bullish candles. Follow that rally back down to the last selling candle. Boom, right there. We'll go ahead and shrink that zone up and see if we can take an opportunity off this, if possible. Now, looking at that, I don't mind that opportunity because we end up creating liquidity off missing it, right? Market tried to tap in, and then what does it do? The market definitely gives you an opportunity. Consolidation, liquidity sweep, change of direction. This for sure gave you a 1 to 3. For sure. For sure gave you the 1 to 3 if you're looking for it. Just missed. Wow. Just missed the 1 to 3. But nonetheless, it gives you enough time to take partials and break even. So in my opinion, this is a winning trade, even though it doesn't hit your take profit. If you're able to take money off of the playing field, in my opinion, that's a winning trade. Okay. But now look, market just creates liquidity and just looks pretty ugly as the market continues higher. Now, this was our buy zone from earlier with our liquidity. This is the closest buy opportunity to live price. Live price is right here. Right? So we have opportunity 1 and opportunity 2. Does that make sense? I mean, I guess we have like a massive starting point right here as well, but we'll get to that when the market comes back down. For sure. For sure. And I kind of like this too. Kind of like this a little bit because we do have a shoulder here that's fresh as well, right inside in the middle of that starting point. I kind of like that. We have a shoulder, a starting point with liquidity, you know, and this is what I'm talking about, guys, right? If the market wants to continue going higher, you know, this is an opportunity that follows the trend. So I am willing to take this to see if we can continue going higher, right? But now if this gets clapped, guys, I already know the next move. I'm already 5 steps ahead because I looked at the higher time frame. I'm waiting for the market to come down here so I can start looking for some more opportunities and send that market higher. Does that make sense? Give me a 5 if that makes sense, guys. Anytime you're confused or you just take L after L after L, a lot of the times, guys, you're 2 steps back because you're not going above the 4 hour and you're not zooming out. A lot of the times, especially when we're beginning, we don't really go above the 1 hour and we're usually like this, if not like this. Who, guys, when I first got started, I was like this, bro, like zoomed in, like, where's my head and shoulder, baby? Is this it? Is this it right here? BOS, change of direction. I found it. BJ Miguel. I found it. And then the next morning, you know what happens? Market's down here, dog. We woke up, the market was down here, big dog. I'm like, what the fuck happened? You zoom out, you start to understand you are participating inside of the liquidity rather than waiting in a higher probability area. Does that make sense, guys? So understand, like, if we can already see the market is moving sideways, why in the flip are we dropping down to a lower time frame to attack moves inside of here? Why? I just don't understand. Like, I hear a lot of these traders say, "Oh, I don't trade liquidity," but they're trading every single effing day inside of that looks like this instead of waiting at the higher time frame zones right here. I see it every single day, and I'm just like, why do you guys participate? Why? Why do you guys participate in the market that is already in consolidation? Think about it, guys. If you are trading every single day, do you think you're taking high probability setups? Look at this. Monday, it's Friday, right? Okay, wait, hold on. Monday, Sunday. The heck? All right, hold on. Yes, Monday, Sunday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Monday. If you were trading AUD JPY at all last week, you are participating in liquidity the whole week. A, you either wait a week and you take high probability, or you risk your account on something that isn't even worth it. And I'm not, I probably shouldn't even say that, right? Because for you guys, it might be worth it. Being in and out, being able to scrape some change, scrape some dough, that could be worth it for you, you know? But for me, like, I just personally don't want to wait. I'm sorry. I don't want to be in and out of a trade. I want to be able to hold it. So the same way this is being consolidated for a week, bro, I can hold this trade for a week or two, possibly. I can hold this trade for a week or two rather than being in and out every single day trying to catch the move of the day. I want to ask you guys, would you rather catch the move of the day or the move of the week? So if you're trying to catch the move of the week, you have to jump to the 1 to 4 of the daily time frame. And when you see a probability that looks just like this, guys, you have to wait your ass down here. You have to wait down here. We cannot be participating inside of setups, inside of liquidity. We can't. I can already see someone based off of this right here. I know somebody was looking to buy off of this. I can already see it. They had a liquidity sweep and a change of direction, right? They're entering off of the starting point or the left shoulder. Either way, it is in profit right now. And it could possibly go higher, right? I'm not saying you can't eat. But at the end of the day, we're all waiting right here, especially the big banks. Do you think the big banks are participating in consolidation, guys? No. The big banks are not participating inside of consolidation. They're not participating. Let me tell you why, and then I'll go ahead and end the call because I can already hear Miguel saying, "Bro, you're late." Right? Let me break this down. Exactly. Exactly. For me, guys, I would rather risk my capital less so I can preserve the capital. Right? Inside of consolidation, I'm not saying you can't. I would rather you not because the real move is down here. This is what scalping is. You want to scalp every day? This is it. You want to scalp every day? This is it. Welcome to liquidity. Right? But look, this is how we get it, guys. I want to try to break this down as fast as possible because I got a call. Fast and easy as possible, right? Now, when we think about moving with the banks, what does that even mean? Okay, what does that even mean? Guys, the banks and the hedge funds make the market. This whole structure you're looking at, the banks made this. They have the power they have the control to move the markets. But how can we ride the move with them? Right? How can we ride the move with them? Guys, did we have a breakish structure right here to the downside? Yes, right? You know who drove this price all the way down? Who do you think drove that price all the way down, guys? The banks did. Do you know what the banks did? They sold right here. The banks sold right here. Okay. Now, the banks also know that the market is uptrending. So do you think the banks are going to buy where everybody else is buying? No, they're going to drive price down lower so they can get a better entry for themselves. So as people are looking at this, right? Again, the counter trend, oh, it's selling, it's selling. We're going to catch these sells. No, you're not. You're going to get clapped. They drove price down so they can get a better entry for themselves. And anybody who is looking to continue this counter trend gets clapped because they're chasing momentum rather than chasing the trend, rather than going along with the trend. Give me an 8 if that makes sense. So as the banks just sold right here, the banks just sold right here, guys, the banks just bought. Got alerts everywhere, baby. The banks just bought right here, right? So now as the market is going higher, the market is going higher, their buy is in profit and their sell is slowly decreasing, right? Their sell was in massive profit, but now their profit is slowly decreasing. And as we go above where they sold, they're starting to hit negative. They're in profit, they're in negative. They're in profit, they're deep in negative. Guys, do banks lose? Do banks lose money? No. And if they do, not a lot. So as their buy is in profit, right? And their buy is way up here right now. Let me see. And their buy is way up here right now, right? Their buy is freaking in the clouds, popping, right? Once we got this change of direction, we're expecting the banks to come back. Why? Why do we expect the banks to come back? This is what we call the money transfer, the transfer of wealth, right? As their buy is in profit, and I'm already late, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through this. Their buy is in profit, right? Their sell is in negative. Okay. Give me a 5 if you guys are with me. Miguel, if you can hear me, I will be right on after this, right after these messages. Right? Their buy is in profit. They need to come back down so they can break even on this sell minimum. Right? So as the market's dropping, we're expecting to take sells take buys right at this shoulder. Usually, guys, it's because they are now into profit a little bit. So if the banks sold here and they came down to my right shoulder, are they now in profit a little bit? Yes, right? Which means this is now enough for them to go ahead and close their trade. They're going to close their trade in profit. And whatever money that they made right here on this sell, they're going to go ahead and pump it for the next run. So we can go ahead and continue. Off topic real quick. Do you know what is it? What's AB? AB futures? or do I get with someone? I don't really trade futures, to be honest. You might have to get with Geo. To be real, yeah, I don't trade futures. I don't scout. So like for me, futures is like not even. It's not even. I'm not even interested, to be honest. Right? I don't scout, and I know futures. It goes a lot better if you can scout based off of ticks and things like that. For me, it just works better to go onto a forex funded or something like that, to be real. But honestly, I don't even trade off the fundeds. I just trade off live. But does this make sense? Give me a 5 if this makes sense, guys. Of course, of course. So as the market is consolidating, their buy is in profit, right? They want to go ahead, drive price down so they can put their sell into profit a little bit and then take the money from this sell, put it into this buy so we can go ahead and send that market higher. So, Giselle, I appreciate you for speaking up first and bringing up AUDJPY. And we will be waiting on this opportunity. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. I know I spent the whole call talking about this, but I would rather us be very, very sharp and on point than be very, very lazy with our markups. Okay. So for those who probably asked for another pair, be first to speak up. Okay. Because as you know, I am a nerd about this shit. And once I start going in and start dissecting, so you guys can understand, time flies. What question, Giselle?
It was about the TP for the cell that you were talking about at first. I mean, did you answer it?
I think I did. I had placed like lines and everything. I'm not sure. Shit. Was it
Because
on
you
high?
told me, wait, we'll come back to it.
Was it on the higher time frame?
I
So
believe it was on the monthly. You were looking for a cell and you were saying that your TP would be the equal lows. And then I asked, well, wouldn't that buy opportunity be your TP instead?
this one down here.
Yes.
That's what I would like to hold to, right? That would be my swing. Let's just say there was an opportunity here and I was able to catch this, right? Yes, I have to have my 1-to-1s, my 1-to-2s, and 1-to-3s on lock. Like that's first and foremost, right? But I would like to ride that out. Especially if we're swinging, we're holding this. I would love to hold this and ride that to the next best buy. But I also have to keep in mind that I need to lock in my 1-to-1s. I don't know if this is a 1-to-1. This is just off the rip, right? I do need to have my 1-to-1s, my 1-to-2s on point, and my 1-to-3s on point. And I need to partial out 1-to-3s, especially if you're trying to hold, right? And at this point, you should already be at break even. And we're gonna let the market do what it does. If that was your bias, if sales were your bias, yes, that's exactly how I would play it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, awesome. Awesome. Miguel, I'll be right there, bro. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Fire call my opinion. Guys, higher time frames, top-down analysis, whatever time frame you like trading on, go down to the lower time frames. But don't forget to mark up your next best opportunities on the higher time frames. So when the lower time frames get clapped, you're already 5 steps ahead. You're not chasing the market no more. You're not 2 steps behind. You're not going to chase. You just got to wait. You know what I'm saying? So do your top down analysis, guys. Every pair you trade right now, delete all the markups, go to the monthly, down to the time frames that you like to trade right now. Do not wait. Right now, however many pairs you like to trade, delete them all, delete all the markups monthly down to the 4-hour, 1 hour, or whatever time frames you like to trade. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate you for hopping on. Fire call, in my opinion. Thank you, Giselle, for bringing up AUDJPY. Trade responsibly this week, guys. Send in your markups for feedback, and I will see y'all on Friday. Peace out.